What's up, gang? D Tidwell here, Enduro Mountain Bike Training, EnduroMTBTraining.com. Hey, here to talk about breathing today. It's a hugely important topic that I know you're aware of. Question is, do you know how to do it right? So, if you're seated, sit upright. We're going to do a little quick test. I want you to put one hand here and one hand here. Maybe you've seen this before. What I'm going to have you do is take a big deep breath in and tell me what moves first. Ready, go. Very good. Now, when I do it, it's like such. Okay? Now, my question is, I would bet that a majority of you, your hand on your chest moved first. This second, this third. Okay, or the upper part of your neck third, or even first, second, third. And if you notice, when I did mine, my belly went first, my chest goes second, and this part up here goes third. Okay, so we've got our diaphragmatic breath, our chest breath, and our kind of upper scaling, we call it the accessory breathing muscles up top. That's the order it should be. All right. Now, this is something we talk about in our ultimate enduro training program, and that is I give you a few exercises to do on a regular basis to help retrain this whole system. Because somewhere when we're young, we tend to lose the ability to properly breathe. I don't know why, but if you watch a baby, parents, you know this, they breathe through their bellies. For some reason, as we get older, that ability goes away. Don't know why, injury, trauma, who knows, right? So, I want you to learn how to do it right. One trick you can do is just work on that. This first, this second, this third. Okay? That's a simple drill. Now, sorry for my hand there. Let's go. I'm going to pull my usual, going to teach you. So, here's how inhalation and exhalation works. I like pictures, so sorry if this is bugging, but I am a visual learner. When you inhale, air is coming in, right? The diaphragm lowers, okay? Think of the diaphragm, this guy right here. Think of it as like a parachute. It sits in the rib cage like this, okay? So when your diaphragm lowers, it increases the fill space of the lungs and they expand, right? So you get things like the rib cage expansion, right? You get all that action going on. Diaphragm is coming down. All right, and that allows for these lower lobes of the lungs, in particular, the ones that sit out of the rib cage. They're the ones that tend to have the capability to really get a lot of oxygen saturation. So that's another reason why we want to breathe through the belly first. Okay, exhalation is the opposite. Now the rib cage contracts, it gets small, your posture changes a little bit, you get more rounded, and the diaphragm then goes upward, and that's creating compression on the lungs, let's say, and that forces air out. Okay. Another thing, like I said over here, we got this rim right here of where the diaphragm connects onto the rib cage. This, of course, is cut away. So really, grabbing my pen here, you know, if the rib cage was down here, for example, we would see ribs, and then, well, like this actually. So the diaphragm is attaching all the way in through here. It's coming down and attaching onto the back part of the spine. So the thing is with poor posture mechanics, and we've talked about rounded shoulders and all that kind of good stuff, what happens is when you get this depression, this rounded shoulder stuff going on, the forward head carriage, right, from poor posture, this now compresses downward, if this makes any sense. So now you've got this whole rib cage coming down this way. That decreases your ability to use your proper breathing mechanics and to get access to the oxygen saturation in the lower lungs. Okay, so that's why I'm going to take this off. Sorry, that's not working well. All right, so posture-wise, you can see perfect posture guy here. He's perfectly straight up and down, just like this one is, right? So anytime we start to get into this type of thing, right, we get into this crazy posture action, we can do that. We can go into just flat back. This goes here and this goes here. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to have poor posture. In the end, it creates bad breathing mechanics. So, here's a fix. Out here we go to have me teach you a Thursday torture type of move. So I'm going to get down on the floor. Again, sorry for my professional videography skills with an iPhone. So, take a ball. This is just a little fit ball, therapy ball. If I could see right, this is 6 inches. Okay, so you can get anything that you need. I was going to say a cantaloupe, but just if that was to explode, then that would be messy. Anyway, get a ball. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to run this ball right along the rib cage. Okay, from underneath it. It's like you're trying to get this ball underneath the dome of your rib cage. Okay, so I'm going to put that down at the bottom of my dome, not my head, peeps. The dome of my rib cage. And I'm just going to try to absorb. Oh, this stuff just doesn't feel good. I'm trying to absorb that ball with my body. Okay, so right now this little part right here is up against my diaphragm and underneath my rib cage. So what I'm going to do is just sit here and relax for a second, but I'm going to breathe. So I'm going to inhale, hold my breath. I'm going to push my abs into the ball, squish it further, about 3 seconds, and then relax. And I should be able to sink further over the ball. Take small breaths for a second. Exhale, then inhale again. Hold, push, 1, 2, 3, and then exhale, and then I should be able to relax again. Now, one thing I do want you to do is then, if you watch me, I'm going to turn a little bit just so you can see better, but I'm going to go up my rib cage. I started here, now I'm going to go up here, and I'm working towards up here. So now I'm going to change my location and do the same thing. I'm going to inhale, I'm going to exhale, just a little bit. Okay, now inhale, hold, push, 1, 2, 3, and then exhale and relax. Okay, just a couple small breaths. Just trying to relax over that ball. Then inhale again, push, 2, 3, and then exhale and sink again. Okay, then I'm going to move. I'm moving up again. Okay, oh golly. Sometimes it feels like somebody's trying to punch you. Okay, so if you need to, brace yourself. I'm going to do this so you can see the ball. But now I'm right here. So I'm right almost in the middle of my rib cage, right below my sternum. And golly, that one's a little sensitive. Okay, so being gentle, just like you would with anything else that we've done. I'm just going to sit here for a second and just let it kind of, I've got about a 10% pressure on the ball. I'm just going to relax a little bit and then inhale, exhale and push. 1, 2, 3, and then exhale. Sometimes you're not going to be able to go very far because it doesn't feel very good. Inhale, hold, push. 2, 3, and exhale. Okay? So, I can tell you right now, it ain't going to feel that good. Because when you're trying to ram a ball in and underneath your rib cage on both sides, of course, I only did the right, it's not going to feel good. So, my peeps, work at that a few times a day. Because now what happens is, I feel like my rib cage is, I'm capable of going less here and more upright with a good posture. Now, one thing I do want to clarify is if I'm here, I don't want to go like arch my back type of thing to get my chest up. I want to keep my rib cage still, but have the ability to keep this up and not depressed. As you can tell, that's a poor posture there. All right, now keep that in mind. Try this. Do it regularly. It's gonna help your breathing mechanics. Okay, I promise. Please be careful with this one. Okay, and we'll see you next time check out EnduroMTBtraining.com. And of course, we can answer any questions for you related to any topic. info@EnduroMTBtraining.com. Have a great day. Hopefully where you're at, it ain't snowing like it is here in Colorado in April. All right, have a great one. See ya.